Welcome everyone to today's Empyrion Workshop Showcase. Is it a base? Is it a capital vessel? Or is it both? Join me as we take a look at the Arcologia combo. So today's designs are creator requested, but not by the creator themselves. This request came to me from creator Danielle Marie, who has created quite a few things for the workshop herself. She felt this was a great design combo and she wanted it featured, and I have to agree with her now that I've gotten to try it out. This is the Arcologia Capital Vessel, which is an unlock level 15, size class 7, and the Arcologia Ground Base, which is unlock level 12, size class 1. These designs come to us from creator Hlnar, and this is a specific combo that will turn your capital vessel into a full-fledged base when you land on the planet. It is a bit interesting how you get these to join together. Once you line them up with the post in the base of your capital vessel, you will hold down C to descend until you lock in place. Once you lock in place, continue to hold down C and then hold down the O button so that you will constantly try to rebalance your ship and level it out. This will allow you to slowly descend down and dock completely on the base itself. The base itself comes with its own set of turrets for defense, so you can leave it on its own as you go explore around with the capital vessel itself. It also comes with a set of furnaces, which if you are not a fan of using furnaces, you can always remove them to cut down on the build cost. It also carries its own power supplies, of course, as well as 2 ammo boxes for supplying your multiple turrets. Once the ship and base are combined though, you get what looks to be just a normal base. However, you do have additional turrets on the capital vessel itself, and the capital vessel contains the landing pads for your small vessels as well as the cargo bay areas for your hover vessels. So starting at the top of the ship, we actually have an access door here at the base of the antenna array, which leads us down into the ship itself. Coming into this area, we're in the growing farming area, where you'll find a total of 36 grow plots set in 4 groups of 9. We also have 2 food processors and 4 fridges in this room. Next to each set of fridges and food processor, we have doors leading into the outer hallway, and most of the rooms here are open, so you can actually fill them in for, living quarters, fill them in with just relaxing benches, things like that if you wish. So you have room to expand and do some customization in here. Now the upper floor does have pretty much the same look all the way around, except for one section. There is one spot that is cut out, giving you a place that you could come in from a spacewalk. When you come inside this first room, you have a cargo box, as well as an oxygen station and an armor locker, and this just leads into the rest of the upper floor area, and everything else is still the unfurnished rooms, but you do then get immediate access to, of course, your food production and elevators leading to the rest of the ship. So now we're here on the main bridge where we have the flight deck and medical bay. Coming to each side, you'll find a door where you can walk out to one of the 4 SV flight decks on the outside of the ship. Now, in addition to the side flight decks, we also have in the middle different things such as an oxygen station, medic station, and here an armor locker and repair station. And of course, in the very center, we have 2 different spots. Going up, we have our full medical bay where we have, of course, another medic station. We also have our 4 different scanners for curing the other ailments you experience in the game. Taking these stairs that lead down, we come into the flight area where you have 3 passenger seats and the pilot seat for flying the ship and disembarking from the base section of it. Immediately behind the pilot and passenger seat, you will find this switch along with some information. On the left, we have just basic information like you've logged into the computer system, and on the right, we have a checklist for launching off. What happens is when you switch this lever, it turns it into base mode, where you can sit here and use it like a normal base, and everything is lit up nicely, and when you're ready to leave, you will flip this again and it turns it back to being a mobile base capital vessel. Now, the machinery level has 2 sides which are only accessible from the different elevators. On this side, we have our warp drive and our warp drive fuel tank. And on this side, we have our gravity generator and our offline protection, as well as our main core. Now we are in the hangar and fabrication area, which you can see is quite large and expansive. This is the part that feels less like a capital vessel and more like an actual base. And remember, this is actually still part of the capital vessel. The flooring you see here is in the CV itself and not in the base. There are 4 hangar bay doors, and each one has its own set of items. Here we have an armor locker and a repair station. The middle is always going to be your furnaces from the base section itself. And then we have our elevators leading back up. For this hangar door on the other end, we have our oxygen station and our medic station, and of course the other furnace on each side and the elevator on each side. The other 2 hangar bay doors lead into a more narrow hallway section where on one side we will have a large number of cargo boxes, and on the other side you will have 4 advanced constructors. Now on the side with the blue cargo boxes, it's important to note this is where you have your ammo box for the capital vessel itself, as well as the repair bay console for controlling the repair bay here in the middle of the flooring. So again, this is a 2-part construction consisting of a capital vessel and a base section. The Arcologia capital vessel is again an unlock level 15 size class 7 CV. It comes with 64 fuel tanks, giving you a capacity of 172,800 fuel. It is of course warp capable, and set in base mode you can see I have over 100 hours of use right now. It also comes with 22 oxygen tanks, giving you a total of 44,000 O2 and needs just shy 4,500 to fill it up. It comes with 8 ventilators and 3 oxygen stations, as well as the 2 medic stations and a clone chamber. For defense, it comes with 4 cannon turrets, which of course means that it can defend itself in both space and on a planet. And of course, you can always choose to upgrade these if you wish. It carries 28 cargo boxes and the 1 ammo box, along with the 4 fridges, 2 food processors, and 8 advanced constructors. When it comes to resources, most of it is not really that bad. However, it is going to be a bit expensive on the Zascosium and Erestrum. This definitely makes it a later game ship, even though you can unlock everything for it at level 15. I feel some players may be put off by this amount of Erestrum and Zascosium for this design, as they can find other designs that require less Zascosium and Erestrum than this, or are bigger than this and seem to give more functionality. Now the Arcologia ground is an unlock level 12 size class 1 base. This is the landing spot for the capital vessel, and while you do not require it to land, it does give a nice feel of completion for the look and appearance of everything. It comes with 11 fuel tanks, giving you a total of 29,700 fuel, which is entirely for powering the turrets and the furnaces when you are using them. And of course, if you do not want to use the furnaces, then this will power just the base turrets, defending it while you are away on another planet or in space with the capital vessel. As you can see here, it is currently running over 781 hours of use. Because it is just a landing platform, it requires no oxygen tanks of any kind, and of course features no medic stations or clone chambers. This comes with 4 cannon turrets, which of course you can choose to replace later on if you wish. It carries the 2 ammo boxes that I showed you earlier, and really that's all it needs. Cost-wise, this is actually really inexpensive. If you are a player that does not like using furnaces, then you can of course remove them and cut the cost down even further. So in my opinion, I think this is a really great concept design, and it is actually really well executed. I'm not saying this is an in-game design for myself, because I may choose to carry more vessels with me, more HVs and SVs than this one can allow for. But if I was someone who wanted to play with the sense of having multiple landing spots around different planets and moons where I could just land and dock my capital vessel, this is definitely a design to look at. I really hope to see more things like this coming out on the workshop and see what other people can do with the same concept of having a merged landing pad and capital vessel to create a singular looking item. Once again, this is the Arcologia and Arcologia ground designs from Hlnar. If you would like to try these designs out in your own game, I will have links in the description below, and if you like them, be sure to leave a thumbs up and a nice comment on the workshop pages for them. That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.